the Pride movement, let's call it that, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
LGBTQ plus WTF, like that, etc. They are doing more freaking damage to the actual community as it is, because
Mm-hmm.
I keep on saying it is the only issue was we just wanted to make sure that I wasn't fired because I was gay, that I was able to have the same
Correct.
rights at a not even at a church, because church is church, right? Excuse me, but I wanted to make sure that if I'm in my like last minute, that it's not my mother making a decision, that I
Correct.
have my wife has the opportunity to have a legal right to say we are together,
Correct.
therefore I make the decisions. She inherits whatever debt or wealth that I'm able to pass, like that
That
actually, like I
would be
want that minute. No.
that mostly that.
Right, so it's like I want to make sure that that was the case. When that got resolved, then this
Yeah.
whole can of worms open with all of this stupidity. So right now, it's a cult. I hate Pride. And then you have somebody like Jordan Peterson, which I respect so much, but he's back to saying, like, he has like this whole interview that he did with Fox News. I don't know if you saw it, where he's talking about how Pride now is like one of those. It is actually technically a cardinal sin, and like he's
Mm-hmm.
and it that a voice that influential
Mm-hmm.
saying that about a minute, very stupid and loud portion of the community is gonna get up for everybody else.
But what do you think he can possibly say about it? Because
The
in
thing about
reality,
it's not about it, it's that
because in
he's
reality,
right.
because in reality is and by the way, other than to describe it like that, but it's the same argument that you talk about when you talk about the Muslim community, right? The whole argument, listen, it's a billion point whatever for us right now in the. There's only a small percentage. It's like 20% of what. 20% of you takes you already to like 300 million people. What are you talking about? They are radical? Is that small number for you? And so the question is on terms of the so-called seven deadly sins or cardinal sins, as they call it, right? Pride is one of those things that, and what he's using is, I think that his argument was more based on hijacking things. Listen, the rainbow flag was a religious flag, right? The concept of pride, again, if you use it right, should I be prideful? Should I have pride about my heritage? Should I have pride about me as an individual? But should I be prideful on terms of, again, take me to the point where I'm detaching myself from something that will be treated as good and healthy. So I can understand where he's coming from, maybe in those very short sound bites. You know what I mean? They don't have the ability to break it down at a greater detail, and that is the risk, right? The risk is you have, like you're saying, such a big voice out there will say something, doesn't have the ability to explain it. For that reason, I'm asking you, from your perspective, how do you think he should have explained it a little bit?
Like I'm not angry at Jordan Peterson. Jordan
No.
Peterson is doing exactly what he's supposed to do, which is becoming the voice of reason against this stupidity.
Mhm.
I'm angry at my supposedly community that they keep up. I don't know how is it in the Muslim community if they are like talking against the radicals and like talking about it, but I'm ready to fight. You know what I mean? Like it's like
But
it's not like I'm like, oh bro, you're gay, I'm gay, we're on the same. No, we're not in the same. You're medicalizing children. You're like your pride, like the Pride Parade used to be like, hey, these are all the companies that support us. Now it's like dudes in like assless chops,
Yeah.
like twerking in front of children. It was an event where like you could bring your children to. Right now it's not. Like it's like, why is a naked dude riding a bike for with like you have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, so by the way, that at some point used to be like in private rooms. If that was your thing, they actually had the opportunity to go be naked and whatever the hell they wanted to do, and that was
Correct.
like away from everybody's eyes. What happened is they brought whatever happened in the back doors right in the middle, and they're trying to make it sound like it's normal for everybody. No.
But you know, Lorena, this could be. I mean, by the way, this could be an interesting private conversation later on. But the fact of the matter is that I don't know that
That's not pride.
you are part of that same group anymore. No different than the person who actually says, "I'm a great Muslim because Islam is a religion of peace," when the reality is either you not a Muslim according to some of the same principles, meaning there essentially are two different types of Muslims out there, and I'm not talking about the division between Shiites and and Sunnis and they're also different groups, no different than it is in the case of Christianity, right? At some point, you literally come to the conclusion. See, the beauty about my position as a Christian is that I can say, I'm a Catholic. I'm Christian. I'm a Catholic. As a matter of fact, we are the original Christian. I can make that argument all day long with anybody at any point, supported by the Bible, supported by history, supported by tradition. And then I can have also a brother from the Orthodox side. Well, I'm an Orthodox, you know what I mean? For that. Like, we can establish a clear distinction that we are participating in something, but we know that we belong to different groups. And what's actually happening, though, and I said this to you like almost at the very beginning that this thing was going south, that distinction is not being created.